If you've entered into a new marriage and have children from a previous marriage or relationship, there's no two ways about it. Having a valid will in place is absolutely essential. If you're to be recently married and you passed away and left everything to that new spouse, what about the children? What about if the spouse says, okay, I'm going to make a new will and I'm going to leave everything to my children or even somebody else? What happens to your children then? They've been completely missed out. It's what we call sideways disinheritance, and the only way to avoid that is by having a will in place and a trust within the will that ensures that everything that you've worked hard for, property and cash, eventually goes to your children. You may have a will already and you're about to get married. Well, congratulations, but in the event of marriage, it is extremely likely that the will be invalidated. The only exception to this is that in your existing will, you have a contemplation of marriage or civil partnership clause that says, in the event of marriage or civil partnership, I wish for my will to remain in place. The legal rights that a second spouse has in the event of passing away. Firstly, they're your spouse. So therefore, in the event of passing away and not having a will, they would be entitled to the first £270,000 of your estate and all your personal possessions. Anything thereafter would go 50-50 between your new spouse and any children that you may have. Providing for your new spouse and your children really is a balancing act, and the only way you can make provision for all people is by having a will in place, but not just a will. What you would want to have is a trust within your will that says if something were to happen to you, your new spouse is fully protected in the property, can generate an income from the cash, even could be advanced capital from your estate as well. But that if your new spouse is to remarry or make a new will, everything that you've worked hard for will go to your children. Jointly owned assets are governed by what's known as the right of survivorship. If you have a property and you own that as joint tenants, if something were to happen to you, that property would automatically pass to the surviving tenant. However, if you want to ensure that your share of the property eventually goes to your children, what we can assist with as part of the will writing process is severing the tenancy on your property. That means that rather than you both owning 100% of the property and it automatically passing to the surviving spouse, we sever the tenancy in half so that you each own a 50% share. Then if something were to happen to you, your share can go into trust and be protected for the eventual benefit of your children in the event of the surviving spouse either passing away, or it can be ended earlier in the event of them remarrying or cohabiting with another person. If the second marriage ends in divorce, then what happens is that it doesn't invalidate your will, but what will happen is that it invalidates your new spouse's appointment of executor, and that is the person that deals with your will, and also any gifts that you may have left to them in the will. In the event of this happening, the only answer is to look at having a new will in place that factors in your situation at that time. I hope this information has been useful. If you're looking to make a new will or would like a free review of your existing will, please click the link, and both myself and the team at E&G Wills and Probate look forward to speaking with you soon.